Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunday School. Today is Palm Sunday, also called Passion Sunday, and the color that we use in the church to represent this is red. So I will be wearing my red scarf as I tell you a story about Jesus traveling to Jerusalem. So I'm going to play a little slideshow so you can look at the pictures as I tell you the story. So the story begins with Jesus traveling to Jerusalem, and his disciples went with him. And as he was traveling along, he was healing people, and slowly more and more people began to surround him. As they were journeying, they came to a town called Bethany. And when they were in Bethany, Jesus went up to the Mount of Olives. And this here is the real Mount of Olives. When Jesus went up there, he called two of his disciples over, and he said to them, "Go and bring me a colt." And here is an adorable colt. And here's another one, just because they were so cute. But anyways, back to the story. He said, "Bring me a colt." And he says, if anybody asks why you're getting the colt, tell them because the Lord needs it. And so his disciples went to go and get the colt, the baby horse, and they brought it back. Oh, I should also say another thing about colts is back in Jesus' time, royalty would ride a colt instead of a full-grown horse as a symbol of peace. So Jesus was riding in on this colt to just let everyone know that he was coming in peace. So the disciples went and got the colt, and when they came back, actually when they got the colt, they were asked, "Why are you getting this colt?" And they said, just as Jesus had instructed them, because the Lord needs it. So they brought the colt back to Jesus, and they put their cloaks on top of the horse or the colt. And here's some pictures of cloaks. And another thing, well, Jesus got on the colt and rode. And while he was riding, people laid down their cloaks in front of him. And again, in Jesus's time, and actually even this picture here is not Jesus' time, but it's a tradition that's carried on where people will lay down their cloaks for royalty. Oh, and Harry Potter also wears a cloak. Okay, again, back to the story. Okay, so when, as I said, people were really starting to gather, and more people showed up in these crowds, and they were cheering and praising God. They were yelling things like, "Praise to God, blessed is Jesus who comes in the name of God, peace in heaven, glory in the highest heaven." They were so excited, and they were very loud because they were so passionate. And one of the Pharisees said to Jesus that he should maybe tell the crowds to be quiet because they were afraid of attracting the attention of the Roman soldiers, and they did not want to make the Roman soldiers mad. But Jesus said to them, "If I tell them to stop and they stop shouting, then the stones would shout praise to God." Look at these stones. Could you imagine if the stones started praising God's name? Or if you could hear them? So Jesus continued on his way to Jerusalem, and everyone continued to shout and praise God. And that is the end of our story. And I hope I see you next week at Easter. We are going to be at Shepherd of the Valley in Maple Valley, and we have an Easter egg hunt. That is going to happen at 10 o'clock. So I hope to see you there.